Alright guys, we're stubbornly going for a walk. We have said that we're gonna do 10k a day, and the past 2 days we've done 15k, and I'm not having this blasted storm that's not gonna go away for 5 days stop us. So as you can see, the clouds have descended. Can you believe it? There's a town down there, and there's the ocean as well.
Yeah, somewhere down in the valley.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's do the walking.
Let's go running away.
Every time we leave the van, we're both a teeny tiny little bit paranoid that obviously somebody's gonna break in and steal our stuff, or steal the van, whichever. Both are critical. So, and as you can see at the moment, we're not carrying our rucksacks because they're gonna get soaking wet. So we've been talking about actually finishing the security upgrades to our van, and I think that's what we're gonna do this week whilst it's pouring it down. What a great time to do it, I know, but there's some very key things we need to talk about and add to our van, one of them being cameras. So I think we're heading back to the van now, and then we'll talk to you about van security and van life security in the somewhat drier, because I'm not sure whether the rain is making this a little bit annoying for the years. Oh look, the van's getting clean.
Well,
I haven't seen it this clean in about a year.
that's true. I think, yeah, just take everything off here. Shoes, socks, raincoats. I'm just going to put there like that. There you go. I do want to have to take the trousers off.
I don't know.
To be able
so
to.
wet.
I'm not moving into the back with my trousers like this. I mean, there's no one around.
It's a glorious morning. The rain decided to dodge us today, but last night, about, I don't know, 3 AM, I felt like we were getting attacked. I think that the wind was hitting the rain against the walls, or at least one wall, and you know how rain sounds in a van when, you know, it's hitting the metal directly? Whew, could not fall asleep for the life of me. About half an hour until it abated. But this morning we did the
We're good.
Yeah, this morning we went for a non-rainy walk, which, by the way, our shoes are still wet, so we're wearing our boots.
Bluetooth connected.
Because our shoes just basically got soaked. They kind of gained 2 kilos per shoe in water. So, right, so we're off to the center of whichever town we're in. We'll find out in a moment. To get some very essential stuff to get the security stuff working. Namely, yes. Internet.
Not anymore.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, did you hear that? That's our squeaking. I mean, we've done 1,000 kilometers, everything's fine. Just apparently the belt's getting old and worn out. It is hindering stealth mode a little bit though. Especially at night. You know, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go. That, those. Should would just be down this street, but they close at 2 because it's lunchtime.
You're here as well, huh?
Yeah, although here they close for lunch later. That should be it. Alright, let's go and try and get a SIM card. That 150 gigs for 35 euros. That's the one that I found online.
Okay.
I don't know, let's go in and ask the person there.
Okay.
Alright.
Morning all. So today we wake up right here, next to this lake reservoir thingy. Yeah, pretty decent view. Yesterday we had an ordeal with the internet. We couldn't film inside the shop, so you're gonna hear about it now. So it took us about 2 hours to get out the store. There were obviously some language issues, but essentially at the end of it, eventually we thought we managed to get 150 gigabytes of internet per month for about 35 euros. What's actually happening is we're being charged by megabytes, so we put on 10 euros on the card because that's what she said that we should do. She said there's 20 euros already on the card as a gift, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So we're being charged per megabyte. We've already used about £3 for, I don't know, 60-70 megabytes, so that's ridiculous. And on top of all of that, the internet speed is 0.1 download, and there was a message saying that we've already used our high-speed internet limit. We just bought it, so there's something going on there, and we need to go back and try again. We have to leave this lovely spot. We were planning to stay here today, but we have to leave to go sort that out because we cannot do work, and we were planning to actually migrate our website to a different host, of all things, if you even care about that. And also we're running out of data on our phones because of the fair use policy that comes with data when you enter not your home country in the EU area. So yeah, that's a lot of information. Oh look how small she looks. Yeah. Where am I going? Okay. Wrong way.
I don't know if we can get out. I'm serious.
I know you're serious. So try going around because this is already eaten up. Oh, there's sweet. So close!
Maybe I should try and reverse that.
If you want, yeah. No more than yesterday. Guess who's getting new tires? Now there's a big puddle I have to go over. Hold on. Yeesh, look at the mess he made.
Oh, I don't think this track is big enough. I don't think this track is big enough. Oh, don't come back down here again. I mean, it's a lovely spot, but...
This is a wide place. There's quite a lot of room here.
That's it.
Good job.
Good job.
Just have to go backwards.
We got out of it. Well, this is a crash course in learning to drive off-road in a 3.5-ton van.
With not off-road
in reverse. Oh, the clutch seems perfectly fine though.
Shh! Don't tell her that.
Right. You realise the people on this road, if anyone's driving past, are just going to see this van's butt coming back out. I don't know if we would have been able to get out of that place forward. Luckily it didn't rain last night, huh?
Uh-huh.
Not steady. We want grip. Oh, right. Yes, rock avoided.
Nearly there.
Nearly there. We're not coming back here tonight.
Okay.
We're going to get stuck in that field.
Yep.
So I've got a bit more breathing space.
Nice spot though.
Very nice spot.
Look at it.
10 out of 10 for the spot.
Well,
maybe 2 out of
9 out of 10 because of the internet.
9 out of 10 because of the internet, but in terms of practicality, 1 out of 10.
Nah, it could be worse. For practicality, you know. We're back in the city. It's loud, there's people, it's noisy. It's all fun.
We've got our message translated, so let's hope they can actually fix this. Because if they can't,
We're
well, to get a contract you need a Spanish residency card, which we don't have, obviously.
on it.
The woman yesterday was very helpful, like, because she needed to put an address. We don't have an address, so she just took one from across the street, I think. The phone number, we didn't have a Spanish phone number, so she just typed in 6s. You know.
So yeah,
she's trying.
Yeah, it's just we're weird.
Yeah,
we're van lifers. We don't have an address. We're traveling for a very long time in the country, and it's all, you know, not in their policy, not in their system. They don't know how to handle it.
That's compute.
Yeah, that's standard. It's fine.
All right, let's go and see if we can get this sorted.
Okay, now I'm paranoid that somebody's gonna steal our washing, so I'm gonna be watching this window, I guess. So I suppose whilst we're here we can we can have a look at the security stuff. So now that we have the internet working, we can actually do some of our security features, which we haven't been addressing for quite a few months now. So
yep, so the reason we needed internet in the van to stay in the van is so that when we leave the van, we've got these security cameras. They're called Neo Smart Cams. We'll leave a link in the description below. Yeah. But basically, they record the van and they can send it, if they're connected to an internet, basically to a streaming cloud, and then we, on our phones, can view what they're viewing. They also have like a little micro SD card in the back, so any footage you want to save, you can.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool, I think, and they're only like 20 or 30 quid.
Yeah, so we've already used them a few times, but because our internet keeps changing, we haven't had a steady connection on them. Yeah. So whilst we're in Spain for a few months, we can actually establish a safe and secure connection. We very often get asked what do we have for security in the van, and we even have a whole video on it that we did a year and a half ago, and things have moved on from that time. Obviously the cameras are a big thing, but also one thing that gives us a huge peace of mind is our GPS. Yep, Melanie is wired. She has been tracked for months now. Every time we leave the van, we can like have a look if she's moving or not. And by the way, when Melanie was at the garage, I think we mentioned this, but when she was at the garage, we saw when she went for a test drive.
Basically how that works is we've got a phone in the van with a separate SIM card, so it runs on its own internet, and all that phone is set up for is tracking.
Do you want to go get it? Just grab the phone.
I'll just go and grab the phone.
There's a lot of different ways that you can get GPS in your van. You can get a dongle that's specifically for GPS, or you can use a phone. The truth is that they work exactly the same way. You need a SIM card.
So yeah, this is Mel's phone. It's basically just a cheap whatever phone. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. And we put it's called 1p Mobile in the UK. It's basically a pay-as-you-go. You put £10 on it. It lasts for 3 months. Then you have to keep putting £10, and that is plenty of money to basically keep only a tracker going.
And it's run on EE. And EE is the most widespread network, and even though it's technically it's an expensive way to use data, it's really not an expensive way to ping your location. So as long as you turn off everything else that uses the internet, it only uses the internet to then track you, which it hasn't used up £10 yet.
No, it hasn't used up £10, and we've been running it nearly 4 months.
Yeah, so
it's a brilliant way, and we just wire it directly into power, and hide it in the van, and we can track it wherever she is. In the Andorran Mountains we could see. Yeah,
and we also use an app like those kid tracking apps. The app we're using is called Zenly. There's like something 360. There's a few of them that you could use, and we've just picked one that we're comfortable with. And that is the biggest recommendation I can give for peace of mind, other than cameras. Now I know that there's Bluetooth and 4G blockers that thieves can use on vehicles, which obviously would kind of neutralize all of these, but you can't kind of plan for every eventuality, and there are ways that one could install a tracker blocker, and we have a friend who is cooking up an idea like that, which I think is genius, and I might do the same once he's figured out the details, because it's just genius. Obviously there are different things to consider when it comes to security. Like, you obviously need to protect the stuff in the van, and then you need to protect the van itself. Now, we've talked a lot about how to protect the stuff in the van in a previous security video, but essentially it's secret pockets in the van, secret treasure chests, or things that don't look like hidey holes. You just integrate these sort of compartments in your design, and then you store your bits and pieces there, and hope that if somebody breaks in and starts trying to find your stuff and breaking everything, that they don't find them.
Because literally the worst thing that you can do is literally just dump your camera and laptops and hard drive in a drawer or in a cupboard, because that's the first place people are going to look if they break into your
or
van.
just leave them out. We very often take any camera gear, laptops, valuables, passports with us if we don't have time to stash them away, or we can't be bothered. It's just easier to just chuck everything in the bag and just take the bag, because we'll just our mind will continuously be back in the van, and it's like, are they okay? I mean, you don't know if they're okay. Obviously the camera is one way to find out if somebody's trying to nick stuff, but that sort of only lets you know early on that that's happening, because you might be 2 hours away if you're hiking, and you're like, you can't run back quickly to stop them doing anything. And also a lot of people use these security cameras for their pets, and we may be getting pets, so you know, that's a bonus. And obviously, if you don't want your vehicle to get stolen, there are a few things that you can do. We're still investigating a bunch of them, but the first thing we did was we bought a steering wheel lock from, what is it, Stop Lock. So they're one of the best brands, and so far we are finding it easy enough to use. Obviously there's a lot of other hardware that you can install on the van, so there's like the pedal lock box, but I think that's a kind of a faff to do very often. But when you're living in the van, you're hopping in and out a lot. So like whatever security feature you install, it has to be easy enough to use that you actually do it on a daily basis a few times a day, because you move around a lot, because usually you're traveling. There's funky cool stuff that you can do to your gear stick, which we might be talking to you more about that in a specific video later on in a few months' time. And also, one of the cheapest and sometimes most effective deterrents are stickers. Now, all stickers have their sorry about the wind, but all stickers have their pluses and minuses, but dun 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 dun. Yeah, so we've plastered a bunch of stickers on the van. Hopefully, they will discourage. Hopefully, they will discourage the what is it? The would-be thief, or just the what is it? What is it, like the accident thief, or the would-be thief, or the
opportunist?
Opportunist, right?
How's the bodge job going?
I don't know, it's been running for a minute.
Let me check. 5 minutes actually.
Wow, that's a record. You know the moment where you're about to go to sleep and you're like, I'm gonna just turn the heating on and set it up for the night. And then it doesn't turn on. Oh no, it turns on and then it says, error.